What's approaching the supreme moment, reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
What's good? Alright, just got off of work, so gonna go ahead and do another video on a quick test slash showcase for a unit. This time I chose to do the LR Tien Chiaotzu that's available in JP. Global will probably get them in the next World Tournament as part of the local rewards. But yeah, I have this guy at about 80% in my main account, but I figured I'd just kind of do a test at 100% on a private server. So, you know, just keep that in mind. The stats are a little bit boosted up, as well as the potential level skills maxed out. So there's a little discrepancy there, but you know, overall it'll be a good way to kind of see how this guy is at 100%. Or how they are. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover the stats a little bit. Now this is an LR. I guess you could consider it free to play since it's part of the World Tournament rewards, but pretty decent leader skill. All type attack and defense increase of 100%. Unfortunately no key boost, but I actually use this guy as a lead when I'm running through the quest to kind of just grind through. It does allow for me to use pretty much any type of unit. You know, next best thing to kind of LR Spirit Bomb Goku in a way, I guess. Alright, so the super attack, two variations. One, the normal super attack will cause colossal damage to enemy with the rare chance of stun. The ultra attack will cause mega colossal damage to enemy, and then a rank up of medium chance to stun. So, I mean, decent package there, I guess. The passive skill, a couple of variations also. Attack will increase by 10,000 when key meter is 8 or higher. Defense will increase by 10,000 when key meter is 11 or higher. And then finally, attack and defense will both increase by 10,000 when key meter is 14 or higher. So I guess they stack on top of each other. In terms of link skills, he's got Z Fighters, adds 15% to attack. Crane School will add 500 to attack. Dodon Ray will add 2,000 when super attack is launched. Mastering Pupil will add +1 key. Shocking Speed will add +2 key. Shattering the Limit will add another +2 key. And then Legendary Power will add 5,000 to attack when super attack is launched. So I went with pretty much kind of like a rainbow type team where it's a double lead LR Spirit Bomb Goku. That way it adds a little bit more versatility as to kind of the characters you can bring to kind of support the LR Tien Chiaotzu card. Now you'll see them linked up quite a bit, or you'll see them linked up quite a bit with the LR Trunks and Goten card. Really, I mean, better link setups with them. Honestly, I mean, they've got Z Fighters and then Legendary Power and Shattering the Limit and Shocking Speed on top of that. So I mean, there's quite a bit of link skills that kind of pair up with the LR Tien Chiaotzu card. So that's kind of why they're going to be heavily linked up together. You will see other units like the Tech Gohan that adds 30% toward attack. As well as, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan that adds 35% increase to attack as well. So most of the other units are going to be supporting through their passive skills to increase attacks for all allies. LR Spirit Bomb Goku, shares a couple of link skills, mainly with the Legendary Power. So you'll see that kind of linked up with them as well. Pretty much, I mean, the whole team was kind of, built around the LR Tien Chiaotzu. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the most efficient team by any means, but it does run pretty decent, I guess, in terms of centralizing just for the LR Tien Chiaotzu. Now, I've said this before in the past. I would love to see a Z Fighters category. I think this particular card would do real well in that kind of setup. Definitely want to see that kind of category later down the road. I'm sure it'll happen, it's just a matter of when. So I think the medium chance to stun enemies with the ultra attack is definitely a nice feature. I mean, it's I mean, it's still medium. It's not high, but medium's still good enough, I guess, to where it's got some value to it. And granted that a lot of the Dokkan events nowadays, bosses are immune to either stun or have an SA sealed, but it could still serve its purposes. You know what I mean? So I mean, it could definitely help out at times. So it's nice. I guess it's a nice added bonus in a way. And for a free-to-play unit, they're not bad. Like I said, I do use this unit mainly as kind of a grinding session team setup format, I guess, in a way. But I mean, they can still hit pretty decent, as you can see. It's not anywhere close to the top tier LR units in the game, but you know, anything over 1 million for a free-to-play unit, I would consider pretty good. So I guess that's really my take on it. And in case you've noticed, the Goku that I included is more or less, the sole purpose of including him is to change the strength key over to agility, just to make it easier for LR Tien and Chiaotzu to get that ultra attack. That's really the only reason I put him in there. Now he does have the ability to you know, heal and whatnot based on the key collected, but it's more or less, you know, just kind of having someone convert the key over to the agility types. That way it's going to make it easier for these guys to you know, get the ultra attack and maximize damage output. And as I was saying, in comparison to, you know, LR Trunks and Goten, I mean, the Chiaotzu and Tien and Chiaotzu card definitely don't hit anywhere close to that. But my classification is that, you know, they're pretty decent since they are free-to-play units. I mean, I'm gonna classify them as free-to-play because as long as you rank pretty decent in the local rank, which is, I mean, honestly, if you grind, it's not that hard to do. I mean, I forgot how low they'll give out the unit for, but I mean, at least like top 20 if I remember. I mean, within the local rank, you'll get a copy of this guy. So it's not overly difficult as long as you spend time grinding to get this unit. So I would consider it free to play. So that's why, you know, that's why I'm saying free to play, because technically in my books they are. So with that regard, I mean, they aren't bad. Like I said, they're not the top tier units by any means, but they do pretty decent. And like I said, again, rainbow type lead, so minus the key links, they do provide 100% toward, what was it? HP, it's not HP, I think it's like attack and defense. Yeah, it's attack and defense increase of 100%. So, you know, there are compromises in terms of not getting any key or HP boosts, but you know, overall they could still do relatively well. Like I said, especially for, you know, grinding through the quest and you want to include pretty much anybody to kind of level up or whatever. You know, this guy's not a bad lead to have. I mean, it's also important to note that for this particular test, I did go with the LR Spirit Bomb Goku, so you know, he's only providing 100% increase toward HP attack and defense per unit, so this guy could definitely do better on, let's say, like a super type agility team. I mean, you're looking at additional 40% toward that damage, so you know, keep in mind it is you know, 100% double lead setup, so the output could certainly be higher if different team formats are done. And you know, as I've said before, I would really love to see a Z Fighter category team with really nice stat boosts. Like, you know, nowadays you're seeing 150% boost toward HP attack and defense, and then, you know, plus 3 key added on top of that. I mean, I would love to see a Z Fighters category with that kind of setup as a leader. I mean, I would think it'd be extremely fun to run that kind of team. So if it ever does come out, I would definitely include these guys on that team. So I know we've been kind of running through it pretty, I don't know, progressively, I guess the word for it, but yeah, I mean, overall he's not doing bad. We'll see in comparison how they are compared to these guys. I mean, 956 without the critical, right? And that was a normal super attack. In comparison, this is going to be the ultra attack. And with the critical, I mean, 1,000,000. So it's certainly less, you know, compared to the other LR units, but I would still rate it pretty decently. I think these guys can do just fine. I mean, they do pretty well in my books. Alright, so we got type advantage. Gohan's definitely helping out with the passive, so a little bit of boost there, so hopefully good output. No criticals, but 1.3 million in damage is certainly very respectable. Just barely missed Dokkan mode there. Hopefully next time around they'll get it. The damage output here will probably be a little bit less since Super Vegeta does have the ability to reduce damage taken. We'll have to see, I guess. So about 615,000. Honestly, I mean that's really a decent output. I mean, they are LRs and they can be considered low in that regard, but I still think they're doing okay. Alright, so that's pretty much the showcase of these guys, you know, quick test of the LR Tien Chiaotzu, probably coming out on Global pretty soon, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.